Hi and welcome to Creatively Montessori. Today I'm going to introduce you to a pouring lesson. This is a practical life activity. I love how this all coordinates together. The tray, I think, was actually from IKEA. This is half of a soap holder from Dollar Tree. The cups and the adorable little teapot I actually found at a thrift store. I have no idea where they came from. I think they were about $10. And I know that of this grouping would be the hardest thing to find. I don't use the plastic teapot sets you can get at most Dollar Tree type stores because it's just not of any kind of quality that the child could successfully pour. So this is how it's set up. Upper left is the sponge. You're going to use that actually at the end of the material. The teapot is on the left. The child takes the teapot lid off, fills it with water, and then they choose what. I think I have these turned around. We're all right-handed, so I'm going to turn the handle to the right. And I'm going to pick the top left cup. You can see that well, you probably can't see, but I did make a few drops as I was doing it, and so I'm just going to wipe those up with the sponge. That work was incredibly satisfying to me. There's something about pouring and how soothing it is that I think it's also the reason that children like waterwork so much. This material is quite heavy, and because of that, even in my primary classroom, I would probably put it on a table and just let it sit there during morning work time and let the children come up and do it. I do not use an apron for waterwork like this because I don't know what they would be spilling on themselves. Unless they literally pick this up and pour it on themselves, there wouldn't be any water they're getting on themselves. If they take it off the tray, there's some potential they're going to get it on the table, and that's fine. That's what the sponge is for. Okay, so the cups are all full. The pitcher, the teapot, you can still have some liquid in it as well. I really always try my best. I'm not perfect, but try my best to be thrifty, if you will. And so I don't ever have children pour water that they've poured back into the container. I think that is beyond disgusting, partly because that's what they then want to do at snack and lunch. So I always have another container for them to dispose of their water. I don't have them pour it down their sink. There is usually a container of water, kind of like those, the ones you use for serving when you have guests over, and they're tall with the spout on it. And I have those every morning that I fill up with water from the sink. So that's where the children get the water. We only have one bathroom in our classroom, so they're not trying to get into the bathroom or waiting in line to fill a pitcher while other children are waiting to go to the bathroom. So I have a water source set up in the classroom. And the children are very respectful about that. They really do a good job turning it on and off and helping the older friends, helping the younger friends as needed. And so near that same spot, I have a bucket that is our wastewater bucket. And so that wastewater bucket, that's where they would take these cups. If the tray were too big, like I said, I would probably have this as stationary work. They would actually carry each cup to the bucket, pour it in, bring it back, and then most of my children do this work just a second time because there's still water in here. So my children would rather pour this water out and do this again than pour this water out, which would be absolutely acceptable to me. This sponge is only for drips on the tray. It's not to wipe any of this clean or completely dry before they put it away. So the next child would then go fill this pitcher and it would start all over again. This is absolutely a favorite work in my classroom, and I have pouring work out in some version all the time, but this one I typically put out in middle to end of April into May because we have a Mother's Day tea, and because we do a Mother's Day tea, I want them to get the idea of pouring from a teapot, not just a normal open mouth pitcher, because that's what we normally use. I hope you enjoyed our video. I hope you click that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I am also going to use this material to do a video on play and what play means in a Montessori environment, or what it means in a traditional setting versus a Montessori environment, and so you will see this material again. So I hope you subscribe, hit the bell for updates and notifications when I post a new video, which I try and do every day. Until next time.